Greetings to all viewers. This is Professor Ankit Singh. We'll now move to the next type of test, that is a bearing type of test, which is known as plate bearing test. Plate bearing test is used to evaluate the support capability of subgrades, bases, and in some cases complete pavement. Okay, so this test is a bearing type of test which is used to evaluate the carrying capacity of the soil or aggregate. Okay, this depends on the layer on which this test is being conducted. If the test is being conducted on the subgrade, then soil is the element, and in bases, aggregates or a mixture of aggregates and dust could be the material to be tested. Okay, data from the tests are applicable for the design of both flexible and rigid pavements. Okay, so the data that we obtain from this type of test can be used for design of both flexible and rigid pavements. In plate bearing test, a compressive stress is applied to the soil or pavement layer through rigid plates, relatively large size, and deflections are measured for various stress values. Okay, now this test here is similar as to the CBR test. Okay, but in the CBR test, what we were doing is we were using a plunger. Okay, then this plunger had a small diameter of 50 mm. Okay, through this plunger we were penetrating the soil and recording the load versus penetration values and plotting a graph. Okay, whereas here in plate bearing test, what we do is through rigid plates. Now these plates would be having a large diameter. Okay, now these here are plates. We stack up the plates one onto the other, with the plate having larger diameter at the bottom and successively decreasing the diameter of the plates as we go upwards. Okay, there are few standard diameter that we need to use. Okay, so 75 mm diameter is the standard, 75 centimeter diameter plate is the standard plate that we use for bearing test at the bottom. Okay, and successively the plates at the top of this standard plate would have lesser diameters. Okay, now the deflection level is generally limited to a lower value in order of 1.25 to 5 mm. Okay, and so the deformation caused may be partly elastic and partly plastic due to compaction of the stressed mass with negligible plastic deformation. Okay, so the rate of deformation is less, it is around 1.25, and the total deformation could be around 5 mm. Okay, so in this case there would be both type of deformations. It can be a combination of elastic and partly plastic deformation. Okay, what is elastic deformation? The deformation in which the deformed structure or deformed level is regained. Okay, that would be elastic, and if that deformed level is not regained, then it is plastic deformation. Okay, the plate bearing test has been devised to evaluate the supporting power of subgrades or any other pavement layer by using the plates of larger diameter. Okay, the plate bearing test was originally meant to find the modulus of subgrade reaction in the Westergaard's analysis for wheel load stresses in cement concrete pavements. Okay, so there is something known as modulus of subgrade reaction, which is denoted by a letter capital K. Now this capital K is used to find out the load stresses in rigid pavements under Westergaard's analysis, and it is also used for the design of rigid pavements. Okay, this here is the setup. Okay, let us look at this while we go through the test procedure. The test site is prepared and loose material is removed so that 75 cm diameter plate rests horizontally in full contact with the soil subgrade. Okay, so what we do is we prepare the bottom soil surface on which the test is to be carried out, so that the 75 centimeter diameter test plate rests horizontally on this surface. Okay, the plate is seated accurately, and then a seating load equivalent to a pressure of 0.07 kg per centimeter square, that is 320 kg for 75 centimeter diameter plate. Okay, so 320 kg load for the area of a 75 centimeter diameter plate, you would get the pressure as 0.07 kg per centimeter square. Okay, now this pressure is applied as a seating load and released after a few seconds. Okay, so initially we apply a seating load through these plates. Okay, so how's the arrangement? There are plates over here, on top of which we have a hydraulic jack. Okay, now this hydraulic jack is used in order to load or to provide load to these plates. Okay, a pressure gauge is used in order to read the load or pressure readings, and a dial gauge here, which is set up to a datum frame, is used in order to find out the penetration levels. Okay, so we can get readings of the stress or pressure and the penetration values. The settlement dial gauge is now set corresponding to zero load. Okay, after applying the seating load, we set the dial gauge. Okay, this is a test site. Okay, here you set the dial gauge to 0 now. A load is applied by means of jack sufficient to cause an average settlement of about 0.25 mm. Okay, so the rate of penetration or rate of application of load is 0.25 mm per minute. Okay, or you need to apply a load causing a settlement of 0.25 mm, and then you need to record the findings. Okay, when there is no perceptible increase in settlement, or when the rate of settlement is less than 0.25 mm per minute, in the case of soils with high moisture content or in clay soils, the load dial reading and the settlement dial readings are noted. Okay, so for every 0.25 mm penetration we need to record the load readings or the pressure readings. Okay, deflection of the plate is measured by means of deflection dials placed usually at 1/3 points of the plate near its outer edge. Okay, so these are the dial gauges that are placed. To minimize bending, a series of stacked plates should be used. Okay, so why are we using these a series of stacked plates? If there was only one plate, then due to this application of load, there was chances that this plate would get bent, okay, in a sagging manner. Okay, now average of 3 or 4 settlement dial readings is taken as the settlement of the plate corresponding to the applied load. Okay, so we need to take an average of 3 or 4 settlement dial gauge readings. So what we have done here, we have taken 3 dial gauges. Okay, so even if they have different readings, then we will take the average of all the 3 readings. Load is then increased till the average settlement increase to a further amount of about 0.25 mm. Then the load and average settlement readings are noted as before. Okay, so for every 0.25 mm penetration we need to go on noting these readings. Then the procedure is repeated till the settlement is about 1.75 mm or more. Okay, so up to 1.75 mm penetration we need to continue this test. Allowance for worst subgrade moisture and correction for small plate size should be dealt properly. Okay, so if there is any moisture in the subgrade, then we need to apply some corrections, and also if the plate that is being used, if it is not a 75 centimeter standard plate, if it is a smaller plate, then we need to apply corrections. Okay. A graph is plotted with the mean settlement versus bearing pressure or load per unit area as shown in the figure. Okay. Now, as shown in this figure, a graph is plotted with, along the x-axis we are recording the penetration or the mean settlement values in centimeters, and the bearing pressure is being recorded along the y-axis. Okay. Then once you plot this graph, you will get this type of a shape. Now, the modulus of subgrade reaction is calculated from the relation. Okay, you have a relation here. So K is nothing but modulus of subgrade reaction. Now, how do you find out K? K is given as capital P divided by 0.125. Okay. Now, what is this capital P? This capital P is the pressure, is the mean bearing pressure at 0.125 centimeters settlement. Okay, at 0.125 settlement you can raise a vertical over here and it will cut the curve at a point, then continuing a horizontal from this point you will get a value at y-axis. This is the value of capital P. Okay, so this capital P divided by 0.125 will give us modulus of subgrade reaction. Okay, and the unit of this would be kg per centimeter square per centimeter or kg per centimeter cube. Okay, now how did you get this unit? Capital P is nothing but the pressure, the unit of which is kg per centimeter square, and it is taken for a settlement of 0.125. This is in length, or it is here it is denoted in centimeters, so divided by centimeter. Okay. Now this K value can be used for design of rigid pavements. Okay, in my next class we'll start with the next topic and discuss regarding aggregates. Thank you.